Welcome to the Apex. I'm your host, Zell, and we've got knife news as always right here on the Zelrick YouTube channel. And if you're looking for the show notes for the stuff we're talking about here, there is a so-so copy of them down in the description, but the finest copy will always be over at theapexnews.com. Just type in theapexnews.com, click show notes at the top of the page. And let's get into the news of the day. And first off, in the blog and print world, we've got Liong. He's one of my favorite designers and guys out there. He's drawing up a new eraser for 2018. It's already for sale over on Liong's site. That's liongma.com, easy enough there. But Knife News will tell you about it, and I think it's going to be a good one. Liong does a good job with just about every one of them. I think this one could be a little special. Don't know for sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. And we have Isham. They say experiments with lightweight new front flipper. And you'll have to go over to Knife News and check that out and see what they're talking about. And as you can see, we're still in chaos around here. I did find what I hope is a better microphone. We'll find out whenever I get to the editing. And we do have some lights today, which we didn't have last week. So moving ahead a little bit again, hopefully we'll be back to somewhat normal in the near future. And also from the Cutting Edge blog, they have a really cool one. It's the overall knife of the year for Blade Show since 1984. And they have pictures of all the knives, and they have video of some of the knives. And it's just really cool to see the knife of the year for over that many years. And then moving on to, wait. Before we move on to video, I want to mark out something here. Staza23 has been talking about having a huge giveaway over on his channel whenever he reaches 2,000 subscribers. Well, we're going to do something bigger than that. We're going to do a giveaway here and with Staza for passing 3,000 and 4,000 here and passing 2,000 over on Staza's channel. Now what that means is whenever Staza passes 2,000, we may not be fully ready to go, but it is going to be an extravaganza, folks. We've got some vendors coming in with some really nice stuff. We're going to have some tools, some knives, quite a bit of middle and higher end stuff, and it should be a very exciting giveaway. And that will be coming up soon whenever Staza23 gets over 2,000 subs and we have everything all gathered up. We're getting there. I think we're in pretty good shape. I think we're even going to have a couple of semi-custom pieces that, hey, it all should be interesting. So back to video. That's where we were headed. And right here on the Zelrick YouTube channel, we did the Medford Knife and Tool Production Praetorian. Okay, that's a knife that took me completely by surprise. I just watched the first 2 or 3 minutes of the video. I explain it. I went ahead and told Blade HQ that I'd look at the knife. And Ben and the guys over there, everybody was very gracious. And they had sent the knife, and I realized about the time they sent the knife, I was like, oh my God. I shouldn't have had them send that knife, because now I'm going to have Greg Medford, putting hit out on me, and then I'm going to have the relationship that we've built with Blade HQ just go up in flames, because there's no way I'm going to be giving that knife a really good review. Guys, you got to watch the video. That knife really surprised me in a very positive way. Some things that I wouldn't even have thought about before actually having the knife in my hand. So if you have been anti-Medford, anti-big blocky knives like that, I'm not saying it's going to change your mind. But what I am saying is go check it out. I don't know, but hopefully I bring up some points in that video that will help you understand that style of knife. Not make you want one, just help you understand them. And Slicey Dicey just did a video on that knife as well that we'll get to here in a minute. and he had a very similar feeling about the knife. It's really interesting to me because they're knives that Brian and I, neither one, would have went out and bought on our own. But because of Blade HQ giving us the opportunity, we've found that they're actually pretty cool. Anyhow, moving on along, we also had the what's inside and the overview of the Wee Knife Company Chimera. For some of you guys, that's going to be cool. It's got an awesome clip point blade on it, and you just have to watch the videos. And it came apart so smooth. It was like crazy. It was like, pull the screws out, snip, snip, everything comes apart, clean her all up, put her back together, poof. Amazing. These modern knives, guys, are just whoo. And we also had the Wee Knives Double Helix. I think that was actually on last week's, but hang on just a minute. Never mind, didn't have it down here. It is put away upstairs. But there's something I want to say real quick about the Double Helix. For those of you watching and listening, the Double Helix is not designed to be a flicked open knife. It is not designed to be, it's either designed to be a two-handed knife where you release the lock with your fingers, with your index and thumb, and pull the blade open, or pull the blade open and flick it open like you would flick open a Blackie Collins bolt lock, or a axis lock, or ball lock, etc. But it is not designed to be flicked. It actually locks closed. That is currently a feature. It may not be a feature of future knives with that lock system, but for now it is a feature of that knife. Moving on along to Jim Skelton. And Jim Skelton has the highlighted content this week. I forgot to mention that. He has the first review of the Hinderer Knives XM18 with the tri-way pivot system in it. That is one knife that I hope to get around here at some point, because a Hinderer with a great detent on bearings, oh, talk about a good knife. Things I've said in the past about the ZTs being the better Hinderer, that's all going to go away if the knives that I mess with are as good as what Jim's saying. Because it sounds like Rick has really got this stuff dialed in, and I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And also, old Skelton has the Michael Zieba Z3 Manhattan Special. And guys, if you are into smaller knives and you like some of Michael Zieba's designs, this knife, for one of his knives, is very reasonably priced. You want to get over there and get a look at that, because it's a sweet little knife. And old Slicey Dicey, I told you he had the Medford Production Praetorian. It's right here. And he's got his unboxing of the Medford Production Praetorian and the Buck Marksman. So we have taken old Slicey way out of his norm this week and fed him a Buck Marksman. And actually, he fed himself that one. Blade HQ and I sent over the Production Praetorian, and just very out of sorts for Brian. But you know what? I think he liked them both. But you'll have to go over there and find out yourself. Nick over at the Stazza23 channel, he brings us a little knife therapy with the best budget knives so far this year in his opinion. And LuvThemKnives brings us that Kizer Basalt. And that's a cool name and a really cool knife that you're going to want to go get a look at. Dr. Frunky, he brings us the Real Steel Megalodon. He asked, best folder for 200 bucks on the market? I don't know. You'll have to go see what the doc has to say about it. And the Spyderco 100 Pacer Knife Consult. That's an interesting one. And Nick Shabazz has a way too late review, as always, of the Wee Knives and I say as always, sometimes he's right on the ball, but a lot of times, well, you know. The Wee Knives and Elijah Isham Zeta pocket knife. That one's cool. We've looked at it here, and you have to go see what Nick has to say about it. I don't even know if you can get a hold of those anymore. There were only 700 of them, something like that. But anyhow, Nick's got the review up. And EDC Gear Reviews brings us a Sharp by Design Micro Typhoon and 7 budget knives that are worth a spot in your EDC rotation. Pretty cool video there. Blade Banter, he brings us a double... I read this before we started, I promise you, and I'm still goofing it up. But anyhow, Blade Banter brings us a double feature, Pterodactyl and Hornet by Best Tech Knives. We've had both of those here. The Pterodactyl is really cool, and if you like the big cleavery thing, yeah, go just order a Hornet because it's neat. I don't really need one, but I'd kind of like to have one in the shop. And Reptilian review, better than the 940. Ooh, stir up a can of frickin', yeah, yeah, that'll be interesting. Get over there and comment, guys. I know you're already on the way. And Blade Center brings us the Kizer Knives Mini Intrepid. Eugene Kwan. Eugene Kwan. I have to look back and see how I've been saying that. It doesn't sound right today. Anyhow, Eugene brings us dashboard review number 84, the Wee Knife Company, Yusha. Birdshot 4 has the Civivi knives. Now, I have some of the Civivi knives here, but Birdshot got their video up first, and the Civivi knives are made by Wee Knife Company in Wee's factory by the same people that are making your Wee knives, and they are going to be priced at $50 or less. These knives come with 9 CR18 MOV, which is a steel that falls somewhere between 440B and C, more slightly closer to the 440C side, and it's kind of in that price range. They're bringing a true stainless that has reasonable edge retention and Wee's production quality to that price range, and wow, that is just very interesting to me and probably to many of you. I'll have an actual use review of those knives up sometime soon, probably within the next, hopefully within the next week, and then we'll have an overview of all the models sometime very soon after that. But for right now, Birdshot's got you covered, and Shortcut Reviews brings us the medium Ultratech Honey Badger. Yeah, Honey Badger. Yeah, you just have to go check that one out, because, yeah. Epic Snuggle Bunny brings us a Ferrum Porridge, Ferrum Porridge. No, I don't think they were making porridge. I think it was a Forge. Yes, it was a Forge Pro Series Fortis 2.0. Everybody liked the Fortis whenever Ferrum Forge first came out with it, and now they're leveraging other people to help produce the knives. I don't know if they have announced who's actually making the knives, so I'm not going to say, but trust me, it's a good one. And they're bringing you those designs at a very, very reasonable cost considering what they used to cost. And pretty cool, and the bunny's got you covered. And Kevin Cleary says, Bird Raven 2, don't buy a Tenacious or a Polestar. That Polestar still kills me every freaking time. I know what it's in reference to, but it doesn't matter. You tell me what you think a Polestar is. Yeah. You can put it down there in the comments, that'd be cool. Cedric and Ada Gear and Outdoors tests Acuto 440. Now that's the stuff that Tangram is using in some of their knives. CRKT's been known to use it in the past, and it's a reasonable steel. It's a great steel, no, but it's reasonable. But Cedric and Ada Outdoors and Pete over there is going to tell you all about it. He's going through testing now with stock edges with his Work Sharp edge, and he was sent to KME, so he's now doing them with a KME edge, a mirror edge, which gives you a more well-rounded view of the performance of the steel and the different performances of ways that you create the edge. And that, I think, is very cool. And what else has he got over there? He's got everyday carry and other cool stuff. And from Hoffman Blacksmithing, he's going to teach you how to stonewash a knife. And many of you are out there going, heck, I know how to stonewash a knife. Well, listen to Mr. Hoffman. Even if you think you know, he's probably got some tips for you. And guys, that is it for this week. Remember, best copy of the show notes is over at the apexnews.com. Click on show notes at the top of the page. And you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And come back next week for more of the Apex. Hopefully we'll have things a little bit better set up next week. No guarantees though, you know how that works. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you next time.